Okay, guys, let's talk about the future of the Lakers. Similar to the Celtics video, this is not a doomer vid. This is just a what can this look like in the relatively to perhaps distant future. I've talked enough about this year's team. Marcus and Ayton feel like two of the biggest swing guys in the league, but when you got Luka and LeBron, you got Luka and LeBron. They got new ownership. They got the Luka extension. Pelinka's still running the show. I don't think Laker fans believe that much in Pelinka, at least from what I've seen, even after the Luka trade. Let's start with LeBron. Enough has been said about it, so I can't really add anything new to the discussion, but does anybody have a confident take on what's going to happen here after this season with LeBron? I mean, whether it is we do another one-year deal or it's him on a different team next season. I've seen the Photoshops. I have no idea. What it seems like to me, though, is LeBron doesn't want to take a pay cut, and I don't think the Lakers want to commit X amount of years to LeBron given his age, even if he still continues to defy everything we thought about Father Time. So who knows? I think we can also expect an Austin Reaves extension after he declines his player option. The dude's improved every season. I know, he wasn't great in the playoffs versus the Wolves. I do think a bigger physical team with great on-ball defenders can give him some trouble, but when you go down the list of guys who shot 7 threes a game and 5 free throws a game this past season, there's 11 guys, and Austin Reaves is one of them. And the two big long-term questions really are getting a second star on Luka's timeline and building out the defense around it. I've seen Laker fans wonder if they could get Herb from the Pelicans. Listen, I think the Pelicans are trying to win right now. Whether it's going to happen for them, we'll see. But also, if Herb was really available, dude, every team trying to win would be calling up the Pelicans. There were all the Walker Kessler rumors. Well, the Lakers are out a couple of picks right now. There's already been that whole thing about they want to wait until cap space in 2027. I don't know if they really expect to get a star through free agency because it's just not very likely nowadays. I know Paul George went to Philly. It's funny to say that now given Paul George's past season. Having cap space also does make it easier to make trades because you don't have to match salaries as much. You do still need some contracts that are easy to deal, but you know what I mean. And I also think in general, they just want to keep their assets open. Look, I don't know the next big name who's getting traded. I mean, Book just signed his extension. I've already done the why a Giannis trade is not happening video. But if it did, I doubt the Lakers would have the best offer, which is why they would really dream of free agency for that one. Is it a guarantee Austin Reaves is on the team in 3 or 4 years as whatever's going to happen happens? I don't know. But again, I think that new contract is coming. Other side of everything I'm saying here is I think there's a fine line between waiting for the right move and not wanting to push the chips in too early versus Luka's 26, going to turn 27 this season. He's already carried a team to the finals. You don't want to wait too long on this one. And to be fair, like we're in the first offseason of Luka on the Lakers when he shouldn't have been on the Lakers in the first place. And it seemed like for a brief moment they were making a deal that could have been pushing the chips in too early with the Mark Williams trade where, look, my snap reaction to that was this guy's missed a lot of games and you just traded 2 picks and, I mean, Dalton Connect was in the deal and whatever. Shout out Cam Reddish as well. So whether that rescinded trade suggests the Lakers are actually more willing to do an aggressive deal now and they're just waiting for it, or maybe they had like an awakening after it was rescinded of like, maybe we should chill on this. I don't know. I know there's been the Walker Kessler rumors with them, and I know that if you Google it, it'll say the Jazz are asking for 2 firsts and a young player, which technically fits into what the Mark Williams trade was. I feel like the Jazz are not going to trade Kessler, but really in the meantime, any center talk probably goes on hold for a bit because they got Ayton. We'll just see with his season. We did the whole video on that one. But to go back to it, if you are hoping for another star player on Luka's timeline, you got to have your picks ready, unless they're the one franchise that really can sign a star who's not old in free agency. But if Luka's like 27 or 28 or 29, and it's like a new version of a bunch of guys on one-year deals every year for him, then that's also just going to feel underwhelming. But look, guys are going to get dealt. Every offseason, some big name moves. I mean, we saw McHale as well as Bane move for a whole bunch of picks. We saw De'Aaron Fox move for 2 real firsts and a fake first, and that was with him wanting out. And again, the Lakers dealt a generous amount of picks for Mark Williams before the trade was canceled. So we'll see, but I think it's a pretty safe bet that the Lakers, they're going to move picks over the next couple of years. Like, they're not going to just bet on rookies every year as Luka is about to be 27. But again, they are out 2 of their own future picks. If you fast forward 1 year, that makes at least 1 other pick movable. We'll see. So we'll see, man. I mean, in a lot of ways, this is kind of a blank slate in the distant future, but they're out 2 picks. But it should have required all of their picks to get Luka, and one of those picks was in the Luka deal, so you know what? It's fine. Now, besides whatever I just said for 6 minutes, they do still just need more defensive players. I mean, yeah, you're hoping for Marcus to turn the clock back a little bit. You're hoping for Ayton to get the best that he can give you defensively. But I've seen Laker fans talk about, could they get Wiggins? Could they get Herb? we'll see there. I mean, the Pelicans dealt their pick. It's been talked about enough, so they're trying to win this season. And Miami is always trying to win, so as always, we shall see. But, yeah, I mean, the hope here is that we fast forward a couple seasons. Luka's got another star on his timeline. Whether that's LeBron at like age 43. I mean, like, honestly, at this point, why rule it out, right? Or a trade for some other big name and then just a bunch of good defensive players who can make shots. And hopefully some other center who can protect the basket and run two-man game with Luka. Whether that's Ayton or somebody else. Also, shout out Rui because he's good.